"In every way that matters," she said. "But I kind of expected you to ask me to marry you, to make it official, you and me, Mr. and Mrs. O'Connell. I thought that's where we were going. I mean, I've loved you for so long, I just never figured we wouldn't already be married by now." Marriage. So she wanted something official, on paper, a ring on her finger. Why was it that he was hesitating?
Is this what you want, Charlotte?
There it is. The way she could suddenly turn on a dime. The annoyance, the passion, the emotions that could have her becoming unreasonable. Every part of her seemed to stiffen, as if she were getting ready to stand her ground on a topic he wasn't entirely sure how he felt about. "Seriously, Marcus? I want you to want it." Now I'm starting to think that maybe I'm the one who's been misreading things. Of course, I want it all. Marriage, family, a life with you, but not if you don't. Just forget I said anything. He caught the edge of her temper as she rested her hand on the doorknob, ready to turn it and walk out. He pressed his hand over her head to the door, holding it shut.
"Don't walk away all pissed and angry,"
he said.
"I asked a simple question, Charlotte. I'm not a mind reader. It's been a long day."
She turned and pressed her back against the door, and she was so close that he was touching her. Having her there, he couldn't imagine going back to how he lived before, single and alone. "Maybe not, Marcus, but right now you're making me feel as if this is it, that I shouldn't want anything more, that living together is all the permanence you need or want. I guess I just feel that." She shrugged and looked away, pressing her teeth into her lower lip.
"You feel what? Come on, Charlotte. This works only if you share everything. It's been a long day, I'm tired, and you think I've been ignoring you. Of course everything is good, and maybe I just never thought that getting married would make a difference. I love you, you know that. So what would be different if we were married? It's just a piece of paper."
"One that would tie us together, Marcus. It would be official. I know everyone thinks and believes that because we're living together and have Ava, we're married, but the thing is that it matters. It matters to me, and I know it matters to you, considering that during all the years I stayed married to Jimmy Roy, because neither of us was willing to give up the house, you wouldn't allow yourself to become involved with me. As you said, separated is still married. Don't bullshit me, Marcus, because I know marriage does mean something to you." He pushed away from the door.
"Of course it means something. While you were married to him, you and I couldn't be together because married is married. Now you're not, so I guess you are right about that much. It does matter."
The fact was that Karen was the only one of his siblings who was married. What was it about his siblings, how they were different with each other than with everyone else? Something had bound their family together, yet when their father had walked out on all of them, it had destroyed Marcus's idea of family and commitment. He stepped back, brushing the bed, wanting to strip out of his pants and climb into a hot shower and try to forget the pile of paperwork waiting for him at the sheriff's office. Charlotte was silently waiting for him to make a move, to say something, when all he wanted was for her not to have brought it up.
"I don't know what you want me to say, Charlotte. I love you, and I love Ava, and what we have, but at the same time, I'm not sure a piece of paper is going to make a difference for me. Maybe I'll feel different down the road, but right now..."
She pressed her hand over the flat of his chest, and he could see it in the way she looked at him and forced a smile to her lips. She gave her head a toss. There wasn't a chance she could hide the hurt that he'd never wanted to put there. "It's okay, Marcus. Forget I said anything," she said. Then she stepped back and pulled open the door.
"That's the thing, Charlotte. You and I both know you can't unsay something, and you and I can't forget it."
She pressed her hand to the door frame as she stepped out and glanced back to him. "You're right, but I guess I have my answer. I'll heat up the leftover dinner for you. You have to be hungry." Instead of waiting for him to say something, she walked away, her footsteps squeaking on the floorboards of the old house. All Marcus could do as he pulled in another breath, waiting to kick his own ass, was realize that instead of resolving anything, their discussion had revealed something about his relationship with Charlotte, which he thought was perfect. Now it simmered with an underlying tension, all because she wanted to get married, and he didn't.